So this is our final bar chord lesson. We'll have other lessons on other things. But with this really is sort of your advanced level bar chord theory. We're going to teach the caged chord theory in this. Now, caged chord, some people may have heard of this. It's not like the magic end-all be-all of things, but it's a really good way to have sort of a roadmap for finding your way around the neck of the guitar. So what that is, the caged theory. So let's start with our C chord here. And what that means is this octave here on the A string of the C chord, I'm going to use that octave as my foundation, and based on that build an A chord. So A-shaped bar chord. Now, there are other shaped bar chords, and that's what we're going to look at here in a second. But the point is, then I use this octave here, and using that, I'm going to construct what would be the equivalent of a C, of a G bar chord. So you can actually make, believe it or not, a G equivalent of an open G chord using a bar. Is it the easiest thing in the world? No. What I do a lot of times as an easy thing is just pick up the top part of it, up here. Like so. So that is a C chord G shape. So using this octave now, I can build an E-shaped chord, because again on my E string, right, or this, that is now a C chord E shape, right? Using this octave right here, I'm now going to build what would be the equivalent of an open E chord. Right? So like if I'm doing it's like I'm doing a barred version of the open D chord. So this is a C chord D shape, right? Using this octave, what I'm going to do now, I can do a barred C chord, but at this point this is getting a little ridiculous. Come up at the 12th fret, and I don't have a cutaway. So I'll show you with a little bit different chords. So anyway, point is, you can use that to sort of walk your way up the neck or around the neck. So C chord, open C, A shape, G shape, E shape, D shape. So let's use a different chord so I can show you a couple other shapes. So let's go now to E. Right, so this is an open E. So here's my octave. I'm going to do now like the D-shaped bar. Using this octave right here, what I'm going to do is build what would be the equivalent of an open C chord. So this is a barred version of the open C chord. So this would be an E chord C shape. Using this octave right here, I can build an A shape, so C chord, A shape, C chord, G shape, and then now I'm getting into crazy stuff here, but this is the E chord barred up an octave, all right? So E chord open, E chord D shape, E chord C shape, there. E chord A shape, E chord G shape. So why do we call this caged chord theory? Well, C shape, A shape, G shape, E shape, D shape. What does C-A-G-E-D spell? Caged. Haha. Yeah, it's great. So it's you have a word to actually help you remember those different shapes.